Okay, we'll try to keep this brief and to the point. This is for the COMM 101 public speaking class. I want to draw your attention to a couple of things. First, a couple of points for some of the speakers in the class. Pookers, you did a very good flow on the speech. You need to slow down just a bit, and it also sounded like you were delivering a speech to a class of people who knew some of what you were talking about or had some background. It sounded a little bit canned, like you were talking to a group of other nurses about the Heimlich maneuver, so you want to be a little bit careful there when you do that. Try to be a bit more conversational and a little less teacherish, lecturish in what you do. Also, there was a lot of camera noise, someone adjusting the camera, zooming in, zooming out, and we already mentioned about the video and the darkness of the video and not shooting into a window that causes everything to iris down. You want to always keep very clear-headed about what you say. At one point you said, 2 minutes into the speech or so, that adults and children are aged 1 to 8. And I believe you meant to say children aged 1 to 8, but you didn't apparently catch it. You had another point in your speech where you made a mistake and you caught it, and you did a very good job of covering for what you did. Eye contact is hard to tell because of the darkness of the video. You want to be a little bit careful with flipping your hair as you speak. You probably don't notice that too much. And everything else you're doing really good work on. You also, this is for everybody, establish your credibility on the topic. If you're a nurse and you're speaking about something dealing with healthcare or issues of health, establish that you're a nurse and you know whereof you speak. We had someone in the class do a speech on waste management, and the authority established was that they worked in waste management. They've been around it. We had another student do a speech on banana bread, I believe, and not once during the speech did we establish that you don't have to be Julia Child, but you can say, I really enjoy cooking, and as a result, I want to share some of the things I've learned. Also, when you're talking about something fun and exciting, show the enthusiasm for the speech. That's not for you necessarily, Pookers, but that's for everybody. All right, Scarlett. You had a decent approach to what you were trying to do. You have a lot of vocalized pauses, and you went into far, far more detail on it than we even care to hear. So you want to be careful on that you don't do that. Also, you got to have an audience for your speech. I'm sorry, you just have to do it. And you need to show some personality, smile when you're speaking. Let me know that you kind of enjoy what you're talking about, and get into the flow of your speech so that when you have a little bit of a problem, it doesn't just destroy your flow. Now let's talk about this week's assignments. And hang on 1 second while I clear this phone. Let me call you right back. The speech 3 is the informative speech, and we'll talk about it in a second, but also due this time is public speakers critique, and please read on that. You have a critique to do of a public speaker. Now, in your speech number 3, the informative speech, points are going up. 200 points on this one. 5 to 8 minutes. Can't be less than 4:45. Can't be more than 8 minutes and 15 seconds. You must have an audience of 4 people. That's must have an audience. Visual aids. You must have at least 1 visual aid for this speech. Read the instructions on that. You must have 3 sources that are required for this speech. Please understand how the sources need to be cited within the speech. You can't say 100 people are killed each week in Indiana traffic accidents and not say how you know that. You say something like Indiana State Police report. You can do all the footnoting you want in your outline, but only I see the outline. When you make a speech, the audience has to know what your sources are also. So you have sources, you have visual aids, you have all the usual things, the preparation outline and speaking outline. Your delivery method for this speech should be delivered extemporaneously, which means that it's prepared in advance, which also includes rehearsing it. Be conversational. Talk with us, not at us. And keep movements and gestures natural. Using at least one visual aid is required, so practice using that visual aid prior to the actual presentation. Now, please understand that the speech that you're giving is an informative speech, and it's so that the audience will understand, for instance, as it says, why gas prices are so high, know the benefits of a high-fiber diet, understand the causes and effects of type 2 diabetes, be aware of all 3 theories of aging, and know the history of the Vietnam Memorial. Do not give another process speech. We don't want the how-to of anything. We want the information of this thing, and just go with it there. If you have anything you want to know about, let me know. What you're doing is you're expressing in your speech, you're giving information. You're not to express your attitude or personal viewpoint on the topic. You are just to provide facts so the audience can decide for themselves what, if anything, is important, and do not urge the audience to act on your topic or issues. Just inform them. When you urge them to act, that is your speech yet to come, and you'll find out more about that. So remember, it's due public or speech number 3, informative speech, and also don't forget that the public speaker critique is due this week also. It's all spelled out. Take a look at it. If you have any questions, give me a call. Have a great weekend, and you're doing good, but enjoy. Remember, stand when you give your speeches, dress appropriately for speaking, and get a plain background, nothing shiny, no windows behind you, no bright lights behind you. Stand against a wall that doesn't have a lot of distracting things on it, and you should do quite well. And try occasionally to smile and talk to us, and you can kind of make a point with your head, and you can make a point with your hands, and you can do things, and have some fun. Okay? We'll see you next time. Have a great one. Bye.